deep in the heart of the cursed neutral zone. It is Dragon Friends. Thank you for coming back. What the fuck? What are you...
We're on an email list.
Sports.
You didn't get the memo?
Yeah, we're all junks now.
But I was at work today, and the message came at like 10 a.m. You had time.
Do the talky talk.
You had time to go to the store.
That's what we're here for, Dave. Could have had this conversation earlier.
Less whingy, more talky talk.
Dave,
whinging is a type
I'm
of
wearing
talking.
a suit, so you're welcome.
A tracksuit is a type of suit.
Is it?
That's correct.
Eden, you're wearing
compression tights. Just in case.
Uh-huh.
You never know what'll happen in Dragon Friends.
You don't want to get deep vein thrombosis while
Sure
playing D&D.
don't. Imagine if I died playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That would
Very
be a
embarrassing.
funeral that I would find difficult to stay somber at. I would miss you so much, but there would be a part of me that was like, heh.
I feel like all of you guys actually managed to pull this off in winter. It's the last day of winter in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Stand up for us.
I am enormously cold.
Whoa!
What you've
Yeah.
done, Ben, is we all said we were going to wear quote-unquote active wear as a fun joke, and what you've done is you've dressed in the pajamas of a boy.
This is what I exercise in, so that's fine.
What's the boy sleeping in?
A suit.
Captain the Smooth Boys.
There is a bay just off the coast of the Mist Cliffs, impossible to find by navigation, and yet the home of a band of pirates that have now been marauding the merchant ways of the sea around the Bay of Chult for some 8 to 10 months, let's call it. Their leader, Captain Lacassar, you have met, an elfling high-bred and devious. 2 of his trusted lieutenants you have killed and fucked. In no particular order, and you did very well at both of those things. So hats off to both of you.
We should say that they killed one and fucked one. They didn't kill and fuck.
It wasn't a
both.
praying mantis situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is that there are 3 keys to the Treasury of Jahaka Anchorage. You now find yourselves with 2 of them. The third you do not have, and yet Bobby Pancakes, played by Simon Griner, who is not with us today, so Baston, it's going to be up to you to drive him, has a lockpick, and perhaps with that lockpick and those keys, you can find your way into the Treasury. Now, true, the way has been hard. True, sacrifices have been made. True, it is possible that you left your good companion Gribbets on a ship that is about to explode.
Oh, I remember that.
But you can't make an omelette without killing a few loyal codependents. And so, the boats that have ferried you from the Sturge have landed, and you find yourselves once again in the warehouses you were hiding out in only an hour ago. With Bushu...
God, did all that happen in an hour?
Oh my God.
Fuck me.
We've been doing this. This is the 3rd week of fucking Jahaka Anchorage.
We need to get to that city.
But using your familiar Bushu, you have scouted the inexorable, slow arrival of your fire ship, the Feathered Cap, a ship that you have loaded with black powder.
Like they did for the Spanish.
You learned.
Yes.
You keep saying that. I don't think that's a thing, but that's
It
No, that is
it's
absolutely a thing.
No, it's how they blew up the Spanish Armada.
Yeah.
it
No,
infuriates
Game
me.
of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones,
There's
exactly.
a Chinese movie, and they did something quite similar.
Really?
Yeah, it was like quite grand. I don't remember anything else.
And so
Good movie.
The
Bushu...
Four something or something.
4 seasons?
Yeah, 4 seasons.
Anyway.
Sorry.
It's really not
Three
important.
amigos.
This is why we're still here. The Bushu, your familiar, flies back after a brief reconnoitre of the explosive barrels.
And he says, "Yo, the ship is doing its thing, and I feel like it will probably explode in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, like
until everything burns down.
Yeah, man.
So we probably need to get out of here?
No. So
Hey.
it's still on the harbour. You're probably far enough away. It will cause a huge conflagration. It would possibly destroy some of the buildings by the shore. The fires may even reach the Sturge and the Emerald Eye, which are sort of trapped in a slow dance out in the harbour where after you shot them, but it probably won't hurt you for now.
Okay.
Bushu, did you see Gribbets?
Who?
Sad Goblin?
It's like a pathetic green guy.
Why would I pay attention to that?
Good point.
That's fair.
Poof, and with that he disappears.
I think we should head towards the Treasury.
Don't you want to watch the fireworks?
I think we can watch from the Treasury.
The Treasury is the treasure place, right?
Yes.
Will we be able to see?
It's not like, the government
Oh
offices.
yeah, there's a minister there, and he has a lot of
Yeah.
like.
So the
Yeah.
stone doors, the stone doors to the Treasury at Jahaka Anchorage are cut into the very back of the cave. So you'll be making yourself, if anything, safer. You'll be further away. However, as I said, you are hiding out in these warehouses, and the shore is teeming with pirates. Some of them in bucket lines are putting out the fires you set only an hour ago. There are still more of them getting together boats and rowing out to the Sturge to try to disentangle it from the slowly sinking Emerald Eye, and Lacus's men are combing the shores looking for you.
So maybe we should
Okay.
wait till the ship hits then, and then we'll make a run for it through the fire. Baston?
Through the fire? But the fire will be on the water and we'll be on the land, so we can just run away when the explosion happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when the fire hits. All right, we wait for the fire.
All
We
right.
wait for the ship.
Well, while we're waiting, Friezo, me never gave you your fuck present.
Oh.
What was it?
And I give Friezo the breastplate.
Ooh.
Wait, who's I giving the breastplate? I give Friezo the pirate clothes.
Okay, so you give Friezo a set of fine half-orc pirate clothes.
Me know how you like clothing and fashion.
That you
Yes.
stole from Ilok Jahakon. You give the breastplate, which is a bit big for you, but you could wear if you want to.
I could wear it?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any armor.
No, just a begemmed coat that you're wearing.
No, I left that on the ship. Because we hid that under... yeah, I did. I left it on the ship. No, because remember when the ship
Yeah.
came in,
Oh, right,
and we
right.
were like, oh, that's his friend's jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I still have the hat.
You still have the hat. All right, thank you.
Still have the hat.
Well, marks for honesty. So yeah, you can have
Oh, those marks are exchangeable for nothing.
you have the breastplate.
Is it magical?
No, it's not. So it'll give you...
Oh.
You're only wearing at the moment banded mail, so you can add...
Am I wearing banded mail? I thought I was
Oh,
just
you're wearing
wearing
nothing.
Just wearing a crop top.
That's right, you're wearing... You've completely ignored all the armor that you could have gotten so far. So
Right.
your armor class is 15. And you have the axe that you found. And some short time in this warehouse, and I have to speak very quickly because in 2 minutes the whole place is going to explode,
Okay.
has allowed you to attune yourself to it, and you now understand what it can do. This is a relic axe.
Yep.
You don't know its name. It is obviously an old...
I believe it's Martin.
Right, you've named your axe. This is an axe with both negative and positive powers.
We're all flawed, aren't we, Dave?
A double-edged axe.
Funnily enough, it is only single-edged. But it
Metaphor.
has the... whenever combat starts, you roll a d6 and you heal yourself that many hit points. But while you are attuned to this axe and while you own this axe,
Yeah.
even if you lock it in a box, as long as it's yours, you can't rest, you can't sleep, you can't gain any hit dice back that way. It will slowly drive you mad and then you will die until you,
Wow.
if you can't get rid of it.
So
Classic
which one is
Martin.
the positive? Which one is the...
So
how
short
long-
term, good thing to have, long term problem.
But how do we get rid of it then? You've got to give it to someone else, or can you just throw it in a...
You have to, in some way, irrevocably lose it.
Oh.
It's like an It Follows situation.
A little bit.
Or like a ring from the Lord of the Ring.
Very similar.
the Lord of the Ring.
No, in The Lord of the Ring, I
Please, it's
believe-
called Lords of the Ring.
Sorry.
One
Lord of the
ring for elven men. One ring for the dwarves in the halls of stone. One ring for 9 men. The same ring as before.
They keep it on a roster basis. They're like divorce dads.
I have timeshares in a magic ring.
Gandalf gets it on weekends. Did Gandalf ever have the ring? Probably not. If Gandalf had the
Yeah,
ring...
he did. He put it in his palm.
And your scimitar that you got from Zarum's sword is a scimitar of striking.
Yeah.
It's what's giving you the bonus attacks. It also is +2.
Plus
Oh.
2 scimitar of striking.
Yeah.
And I've got a cultist still, don't I?
You kept one cultist.
One cultist who didn't drown in the shipwreck.
Yeah, he doesn't really. Yeah, he's just dressed in rags.
What was his name? I can't remember. I should have written it down.
Audience.
Clyde.
Clyde? I think it was Clyde. Yes.
And so with that, as you guys are examining, you hear a huge explosion, and there is a sound first, a flash, which happens only moments even before that, and then a kind of sonic boom of energy seems to take the air and just slam you back against the warehouse. Such is the contained space and the huge explosion of this. Bits of ship go everywhere. The rigging.
I want to
What?
walk just at normal speed while the explosion happens behind
Me too, me too, me too, me too.
All right,
Can they do some sort of check to see how well they do it?
Can I look at my watch? I don't have one, but can I look at my wrist in a nonchalant way?
what
Do you have
are doing?
sunglasses you can put on, or?
No.
I'm going to stare directly into the sun. I mean, the fire. No, both. I stare into the sun.
All right.
No, you made up your mind.
Congratulations. All right, you feel really, really cool.
Yeah.
You feel really, really brave. You have disadvantage for perception checks for the next hour.
Damn it.
So, with that, there is chaos.
Okay, can we sneakily run towards the doors?
Absolutely. Okay, so you guys race towards the Treasury. This is a huge distraction. You don't even need to roll because they're all racing now to try and protect Lacasar's flagship, and you soon make your way up and you find yourselves at the gates of the Treasury. And again, this huge stone lock and these huge 2 chains bar the way. The lock has 3 eyelets for 3 keys.
So we put the 2 keys in, and then we get Bobby to
Use-
Pick the final lock.
with the lock picks.
With his master
Awesome.
lockpicks.
All right, so I need you to roll for me. It's a Mastercraft lockpick.
What's he going to
+2?
use, Dave?
His sleight of hand, he's got the Mastercraft lockpick.
No, what's he going to use? Like, what kind of pick do you reckon is...
Oh, Ben learned how to use lockpicks.
As did you.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
but Dave's not proud of it.
Dave is deeply ashamed.
It's true. I get really drunk sometimes, and I go on a Kickstarter, which is why I own a set of lockpicks. I own a carabiner that also can start a fire.
If anybody works in targeted marketing, then Dave's your man.
Someone
And
pretend
I'll
they
endorse-
invented lockpicks.
I'll
on
endorse
their
anything.
Kickstarter.
So
Wait,
if
is
you've got
that-
a Kickstarter, you just send one to me.
If
I'll
you've-
endorse it.
If you've got a carabiner that can start a fire,
Yeah.
is that when you're doing like brush clearing on a cliff? Is that the only
There is
time
a
you
certain
use it?
school of Kickstarters that believes that any device you could conceivably carry on you should be enough to let you survive in the wilderness for 3 months. It's the stuff paracord. Like people that sell paracord sell these things.
I don't even know what that word
What is
means.
paracord?
I'm so glad you asked. I have a keychain made of paracord. It's 100 tensile something. It's
Whoa.
amazing.
So you're excited about a thing you don't fully understand.
It's very strong string.
Yeah, very strong.
Oh, I see.
good.
To bring it back to D&D world, it's like spider silk.
Yeah, it's Spider Silk. If it cost you like $24 and you had to wait like 2 years for it to arrive.
I ordered some towels off Kickstarter once, and
Why
they never
we
came
have towels?
because they were
We've
meant
had
to.
towels for a long time.
I ordered a lunchbox.
They were.
I'd love to see the Kickstarter video for towels. Like
No, they
it
were-
starts with like the sun slowly coming up in San Francisco, and a man walks past a startup, and he's jogging, and he checks his watch, and he gets a little bit sweaty, and then like he rolls like.
No, it was
Just
so
rolls
much-
in the grass.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, if only there were another way.
It was so much worse. It was deep in the heart of Japan. The ancient art of toweling has been
Towel ceremony.
has been for thousands of years, etc., etc. And there was like a guy with a giant sword who was like cutting towels. I'm like, I'm gonna order those towels.
Did you think you were buying a sword?
No. But they're towels that have been like cut with a sword, which makes them.
I'll
like,
cut a towel with a sword.
Oh,
Give
do you
me
have a
$40.
sword? Do you have a sword?
No.
Well,
So you were just buying wrecked towels.
yeah, they are functional.
Please
Well,
kickstart my ruined towel business.
Hey Dave, I know
up.
we're meant to be about to find some treasure, but can we stumble upon a Kickstarter campaign instead?
Make a lock picking check for me. You've got
Do
is
it, Bobby.
+6, so you're going to need to roll a 9 or more.
Oh, I missed. 4.
Now, Bobby had that dice of inspiration from before, so
Oh yeah, use it, Bobby. Do the good thing. 19.
Yeah.
All right, well done.
Yay!
That is,
Great
that is
lockpicking,
well used.
Bobby.
All right, so with a click, the lock opens and the doors start to rumble apart. They make a good deal of noise. However, as the huge chains fall down and you see on the shore some pirates turn and point, some of them holding like lanterns, and the gig is well and truly up. But the doors rumble open, and inside you can see a space that is filled with an almost cartoonish amount of riches. There are chests and barrels full
Is
of
there a
gold.
wealthy bird swimming in it?
An old Scottish bird?
Yeah.
No, there is not as of yet.
You
And
forget that he's a bird, don't you?
You do sometimes.
Forget that
a
Scrooge
bird who
McDuck is
thinks
a bird.
he's a man.
Yeah, you think of him as just a millionaire, but actually he's a duck did that. A duck.
It's in his name.
Do you know the other thing that I like about him is that he absolutely is like a libertarian. You realize like he doesn't trust the banks.
No.
Like I reckon
got
he's a
a vault.
sob-sit. He's a
Yeah.
fucking sob-sit.
I still think
bird.
it's weird that Dickens made him a duck.
Hey, getting back to the, can we somehow, because the pirates are outside and everything's on fire, Can we close the doors somehow and then... Like, is there anything we can use to barricade? Can we lock them from the inside,
Remarking
perhaps?
to yourselves that in many ways life is like a hurricane, you race inside, slam the doors shut, and barricade them. So you are now trapped in this room. Almost moments later, you hear thumps, and you realize that there are now probably dozens of pirates that have jumped up the stairs and are pounding on the...
There are dozens of us out here. Give us our treasure.
Just to go back to DuckTales very briefly.
Oh my god.
You're determined that there be no stakes in this.
just the lyrics to the song, when you said life was like a hurricane, here in Duckburg, race cars,
Lasers.
Aeroplanes.
It's a duck blur.
Now, what do those things have to do with a hurricane? Like, a hurricane's mostly wind and rain.
It's a hurricane, like turning its way through CSIRO.
Yeah,
Like,
And it's
sorry.
actually race car lasers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's because they're all different animals.
Well, it is about...
It's a race war. And also there's, like, lasers on your cars.
there was a lot of race science in DuckTales that if you read between the lines, it's
Oh,
there.
it gets problematic
Yes,
real
it's
quick.
Yes,
huge.
Are they
exactly.
humans, or are they all just beagles and ducks?
No, but they did a lot of phrenology on the beagles. It's
Yeah.
deeply upsetting. No one was
Human,
happy
but
about
he
it.
wishes for the sweet embrace of death.
All right. So as you make your way in, you can see there are sconced torches that are obviously magical. For as soon as you walked in, they burst into fire. Sorry, you laughed? You found that?
I just think there's torches. They're obviously magical. I find that quite funny because I hadn't heard the other bit of the sentence because I don't listen very well. But go.
Which is illuminating the room. And also they burn with like a strange green fire. You happy?
Yes.
Oh,
green
magic.
fire. All right. I want to search the treasure room for any magic spells there might be in here.
Okay, you're gonna have to be really quick because there's all this hammering on the doors, and pretty soon after that, you start hearing a huge thump, and you realize that the pirates have bought in some kind of battering ram, and it starts rocking at the
I hope
doors.
you realise we've bought in some sort of battering ram.
What kind?
Some sort of... I don't know. Ken, what kind? He said it's a wooden kind.
The stone. Wait,
Sorry.
is there a way? Like, how far back does it go?
Quite far. This is
there-
just the ante-room. So, but you look through, and there's gold, and there's goblets, and there's gemstones.
I'm taking a bag of gold.
All right. Didn't you? So you've stopped your search for books the
Oh,
moment
no,
you found
God.
a bag of gold.
I didn't know that there was a search for books. They're still happening.
All right,
Yes.
so
You know there was a search of books that you instigated.
If I can only find one thing, I'm going to prioritize and look for magic spells.
All right. So
Yeah.
So you all have time to make an action. So you search through, and you're gonna find a book. Any book you can find. You want to grab it?
Yes.
All right. You grab a book.
It's
Excellent.
Tuesdays with Maury.
Tell me what
Heartwarming.
What do you want to look
I
for?
want to find the most humble looking thing
All
there.
right.
Something covered in dust
All
and
right,
something the normal person would overlook.
So
Is it gribbets?
you
find
past,
gribbets?
You walk past. Actually, make for me
Hope she
a
finds the piece
perception
of
check.
shit.
Make a perception check, and how good you are is what you will find. Just tell me the result.
Oh, Dave, look, it's a 1.
You absolutely find gribbets. She finds gribbets. Please, Dave, she finds gribbets.
Oh, I want magic things. I wanted something magic for so long, Dave. Don't give me gribbets.
You have an axe that is slowly eating your soul.
It's not a good type of magic, though, is it, Dave?
She rolled a
great.
1. One is definitely gribbets.
How did Gribbets get in there? You can't just.
How did Gribbets get in there?
What? Are we saying that Gribbets is there?
Well,
Fuck. All right. Here's how it happened.
He'd tell it as Gribbets. Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, what?
what do you want?
Oh, so you found me here.
It's the weapon.
Oi! And they do a handshake, but he goes, oh gosh, it's so good you found me here. I thought I was going to be locked in here forever, but luckily you worked out the weapons plan all along. Yeah, I hid with some treasure aboard that ship that was there, and before they, long story short, I hid with some gold and some rubies and made myself real small, like a tiny little opal. And anyway, they threw me.
Alex is so pissed off.
But that's we had the
But
keys.
I guess you found the greatest treasure of all.
What do you
Treasure.
want?
No, I want magic armor, not regular armor. Magic armor.
So throwing the half-orc breastplate to the ground. Baston, quickly make a
Oh,
roll
what
for
do I
me
get?
too.
You had no idea
And
what
you need
me
to
had
make
to
a roll
do
on
for
your
that.
book.
Oh, yeah.
These are just perception checks.
14.
14. All right, cool. You find a +1 breastplate, so your armor class goes up to 16.
I rolled a 12. Oh, plus, what perception?
Perception, yeah.
Plus 5. Wow. 17.
Let me see that.
Yeah, no, Dave.
Is that a 7 or is that
you've
a...
got a new character sheet now.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not that I don't trust you.
3, sorry.
All right.
Well, you've written on this one. Yeah,
so,
sorry.
okay, so you...
15.
Excellent. All right, you find also a spell book, and it does indeed seem to have a spell. It is a spell that is too powerful. As you try to hold the syllables in your head, they vanish, but you can read the name, and it gives you no small amount of mirth because it says at the top, Fireball.
Fuck yes!
So, with that in mind, it's otherwise...
If I put Gribbets back, can I have another roll?
Yeah, okay. If you abandon Gribbets in the Treasury, I'll give you another roll. But you have to explain to him what you're doing.
You like it here? You're richest man in this whole cave, Gribbets.
Oh, I guess I
Thump
am,
goes
yeah.
the battering ram.
You
Yeah.
want stay?
Oh, well, I don't know. What's worth more than friendship? A room full of treasure?
We're going to get in there and we're going to kill all of you, cried the pirates.
I think not.
Remember this.
Oh, hang
Says
on.
Filch.
But can I pick something?
I don't see why not.
Okay, I'll pick something.
All right,
You
are
had
you gonna go
ages to pick
describe
something.
describe what it's what?
I'm going to look for the most humble but most magical item I can
Oh,
find.
God.
You roll a 1. You're finding
What?
Sir Grimsby.
Hello.
Funny story. Turns out that the clerics at Fort Belluarin are better than you would think. True, I was dead. They said medically dead for some time.
I'm trying to kill him!
Nobody knows why.
They happened to put my bloody soul in a little ruby that, would you believe it, ended up here. Then, hey presto, after a time wandering the plain, which can I tell you, by the way, if you ever have to go to the plain, don't bloody do it. There's nothing there. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh, hey, Gribbets.
I put the ruby in Gribbets' bum.
So the whole gang is back together again. As you make your way further into the... let it be known, by the way, that Grimsby doesn't get it to search for anything because he chose voluntarily to use his entire action to explain to you his backstory. So you guys make your way further in.
So cross that he's back.
And as you do, you see, as I said, there are piles of gold and there are huge barrels that presumably have black powder, rare spices, fabulous dyes. And then, in the far end of the room, you can see it opens up, the corridor opens up into a kind of large chamber. And there is a huge hole cut hundreds of feet above you into the side of the mist cliffs, where a little bit of sort of the mist even trickles in, and also the light of the moon. And through that light, you can now see illuminated a huge dais, and on that dais is some kind of structure covered in sackcloth and canvas.
Ooh.
Structure
A
covered in
structure.
canvas.
Let's check it out. I run forward and I yank it off.
Okay, as you do, you run up to the stairs, and I'm just going to roll a dice, and you're fine. And as you get up to the top, you pull the cloth free, and it reveals a huge ship. But unlike any ship that you've ever seen before, in place of rudders, oars, or even sails, there seems to be instead huge bellows connected to balloons that are currently uninflated, and what also seem to be strange skeletal wings with brilliantly dyed wingspan.
So this is like a Zeppelin?
This is a Hull Ruin airship.
And on the side of it, bags.
On the side of it is
You're kissing
written. On the side of it is written the name, the Star Goddess.
That's me, Star Goddess. Everyone call me that. Everyone for so long. No, back home, no one even called me Filch. Just this is mine. Me left this here, and me so glad me found big ship. Hi again, and I give it a pat.
All right, Filch has attuned herself to the ship, and I guess it's hers now. You got dibs on the feathered
Come
cap,
on
which is
up,
now
Filchy.
exploded.
All right, but I'm getting the next ship. Whatever the next ship we find, it's my turn to get a ship.
What's
all right?
Next to the Star Goddess is a rowboat.
What?
Full of poo.
Okay,
Human poo.
So I guess we try and use there's an opening up the top, right?
There is, yeah.
All right. So as you're loading the ship and getting it ready, I'm going to
Loading the ship with what?
to fill the bellows with, I don't know, hot air or whatever as you're firing it up. I'm going to get some of that black powder and put it in the rowboat and load the rowboat onto the...
Okay, so you grab the rowboat, you grab a barrel of black powder.
Yeah.
Who is trying to turn this ship on? Because this is all Haruan technology.
I seem like the best candidate.
Go for it. Make full...
Okay, well, I happen to write my PhD in... never mind.
Bobby's smart too.
Oh, just quick check. What happened to the captain? Is he with this as well?
No, you don't know where Erasmus Drakefeather is.
Oh.
We lost him.
You may have lost him.
Yeah, we got
His voice was very similar to Grimsby, so it's probably a good thing.
They were very different voices.
Okay, do Grimsby. Say hello, I'm Grimsby.
Hello, I'm Sir Grimsby Davenport.
All right, and then what's Drakefeather?
I'm Erasmus Drakefeather.
Okay, no, they are quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drakefeather's much fatter.
Can you do Strad von Zarovich?
G'day, cunt.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, and those are the three voices.
Available to human speech.
Okay, so Bobby and Baston work to fire up the ship.
Okay, advantage. This is an intelligence, and you need to make 14.
Yeah.
We
All
did.
right, you're good.
14.
So the bellows pump, the sort of cranks turn, the cogs whir and spin, and slowly these huge bladders begin to inflate, and the ship starts as the wings creak back and forth, almost as if a large bird testing and cracking its wings after years of sleep.
Like a large, wealthy bird.
The Star Goddess begins to take off. You have very little time, for once this action is started,
Can they
it
fly?
cannot be stopped. So this is your last chance to quickly grab stuff. You grab a barrel of black powder. You grab the
What else
rowboat.
is around?
There's gold, and there's barrels of dye. There are weapons on the ground that look fancy, if not magical.
I pick up the weapons and I chuck them onto the
How about a
boat.
Like
gauntlet?
the weapons. Like all the weapons.
You pick up gribbets and you throw him on.
No!
How about a gauntlet, like gloves?
Yeah, there's gauntlets.
Yeah, give me some gauntlets, baby.
All right.
19.
Okay,
It better be a good one.
It's just gauntlets.
Is it the Infinity Gauntlet?
No, it's not the... I didn't ask you to roll. You get some gauntlets. Well done.
I don't want them. I throw them back.
You throw them back.
One of them was the Infinity Gauntlet.
And with that, the ship begins to fly. And Bobby and Baston, you realize that the two of you already can fly it. Whereas a normal ship would take a crew of 10, 20. This Haruan marvel is designed to be flown with a very small crew. And you can navigate your way through the opening in the roof, and soon you break out into the lunar light of the Bay of Chult.
Yeah, we the kings of the sky, baby!
Whoop, whoop, whoop!
Wait, can we fly over the burning place and drop another barrel of gunpowder into it?
Unfortunately, don't forget that was inside a cave.
Oh,
so
that's-
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna, as we get out, I'm gonna drop the powder back into the cave, and I'm gonna Eldritch blast it as it hits the ground
Unblock all the treasure.
to burn all the pirates. Yeah, to kill the
All right. So you drop a barrel of black powder.
Yep.
And just as it tries to land, I need you to make a touch attack on it. This is going to be armor class. Well, let's just call it actually a dexterity check for me. And I need you. You can add your spell attack to it, and
Okay.
you need to beat armor class 15.
So dexterity is 3. And
Yep.
spell attack is
So
spell
five,
attack is
add
5.
five.
So I can add 8.
No, you can add 5.
Oh, 10 plus 5, 15.
All right.
Whoop, whoop.
There's a huge explosion and countless relics, Chilton history.
How many pirates would you say die?
Well, they were all outside still, so mostly what you've destroyed
Is a culture of
is a culture. Yeah.
piracy.
Will go down in history with the burning of Alexandria as one of the great atrocities visited on the Chilton people by the inhabitants of the Sword Coast.
Grimsby, do you want to give a eulogy for the culture I just burnt?
Good bloody riddance. They were pirates and I hated them. Let's not forget, I'm a big old racist. Remember when I was dead? That was so good.
Can we just...
Grimsby. Now
How high up are we?
we want to go to the heart of Cthulhu? Uktau, the heart of
Uktau.
Uktau.
The heart of Uptow?
Yeah.
Can we see it from the
That's
ship?
what we all about.
Why, just turn your eyes to the moon.
And as you
I look at the
do,
moon.
and you can see.
And then, sorry, it's in
Ow!
that direction. No, why? Does it hurt to look at the moon?
Yes.
Is that an orc thing
No.
or is that a filch thing?
Cannon.
Okay, well, don't look directly into the moon. It's over there.
Oh,
And indeed, as you move your head slightly from the moon, you can see a silhouette, what looked like a speck against the light bouncing off the point where the moon meets the sea. You can see a shape, and you realize that shape is an earth moat, a huge earth moat, probably 80, 90 feet tall, floating above the canopy of the jungle. All of you, that is, except for
What's the word you said?
an earth moat. After the spell plague sort of tore the land apart, cracks of earth and firmament were forever sort of caught up in the magic of the unleashing of the spell plague, and now fly above the earth.
So it's a chunk. It's like a
It's like a
floating
chunk.
island or something.
It's like, yeah, it's a floating island above the canopy.
In the X-Men film, when
No.
and Magneto's got the whole city up in the sky.
That's
Ultron.
Ultron does?
Avengers?
I don't know.
Is that the one?
Was it
X-Men?
Avengers?
Yeah, it's like the ground,
Oh,
but it's
fuck,
in the
sorry.
sky.
Yeah,
I get
It's
it.
a little floating
yeah.
island.
Okay.
All
It
of you
had-
can see this except for you, Fraser, who are still dazzled because you stared directly into an exploding
Oh,
ship.
damn it. This is like when Moses was in the and he wasn't allowed to see the. You know?
You're just like Moses.
Thank you.
We've often said this to Freezer.
Yes. All right. Moto. I can't see where it is, but let's go there.
So we sail to the place. We can see the heart of Uptown.
Yeah, and it's quite easy now because you have this flying airship.
Are there
Yeah.
guns on this ship?
No, there's
It's more of a
not.
speeder.
We were mucking around with regular ships for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
Never again.
Never again. Not going back.
So
Not
the
going
Star
back.
Goddess flies, and even with it, because it takes you a while to learn how to use it, and you don't want to.
Can we see other airships up there? Are there
No,
any
there's
other
none.
airships? This is the only one.
Yeah, it's possible the ship could go faster, but you don't want to sort of risk it while you're still learning how to use
Does
it.
it do flips?
Warp drive.
Or
Warp
maybe
drive?
you do. Do you
No,
want to
it's
risk
fine.
it?
Captain says no.
Oh.
So while you're still learning, you travel at quite a slow pace, and so it takes a few hours for you to make your way to Uptau, but
Can
it
we
is enough
rest?
time for you all to rest. So you all gain one hit die back,
Oh, man.
except for you, Filge, who start to realize that no matter how long you lay with your eyes closed, all you could see are the visions of slaughtering people with your axe, and you find yourself waking up in a sweat again and again and again, and so you gain no life back, and in fact, you start to feel exhausted. So you now have one level of exhaustion,
Oh, me a bit sleepy.
which means that you will have disadvantage in all combat attacks, just so you know. So something to remember.
What if I normally have advantage?
Then it will cancel out, and you will have neutral.
So has Filge knows what's happening, right?
She does.
And have you told us yet?
She has not.
Filge? Okay.
How good is this axe? What's the good side of it?
It heals you every 6 seconds. Your wounds start closing. It's like very fast healing.
Yeah.
Back.
So you get but slowly you lose your mind.
And this axe's name
It's
is
a real
Thomas.
Friezo of an axe.
Martin.
Martin.
How dare you?
Martin Tyler.
Just you and me now, Axie. You, me, and the Star Goddess.
You just call the axe Martin. Why did you call it Axie?
Because Axie is its pet name.
You have
Ma-
wait, so you have a name and then an informal name for your axe?
Yeah, its name is Martin, but I call it Axie.
So,
Sorry.
flying some 200 feet above the canopy of the jungle, you can see the heart of Ubtao, this relic of the spell plague, which seems from the ground to resemble a heart in three ways. Firstly, its shape roughly represents that of what we understand a heart to be. Secondly, it drips slowly a red ichor, actually from the iron deposits built within it. And thirdly, what was the third one? It just...
The roots from the trees.
Oh, that's right. There are
look
petrified
like-
trees at the top, two great trunks that also give the impression of sort of ventricle veins. So it is this heart hovering above it. The Chultons, Grimsby tells you, revere this as one of the lost artifacts of Ubtao, the god that has abandoned them.
Who remembers what we meant to do with this?
We're looking for the other part of the map.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct.
No,
So,
we have both parts of the map, don't we?
you stole from Sir Grimsby Davenport, let us not forget, a Chulton puzzle tube, which I have for you now.
Oh.
Now,
Milk.
inside, you can see there is part of what there seems to be some kind of piece of paper.
Can we smash it?
You can't open it without destroying it because it has an ink reservoir in it. And Grimsby's told you that
Wait. Is that in game or out of game?
if you smash it,
You
out
have
of-
to leave.
you have to leave.
Okay.
That's Dragon Friends.
reservoir.
Okay.
No, I know. I understand that you need to you need to have things explained to you in conscious terms. But
Yes. I won't
All right,
open
so
it, Dave. I
what
won't
did
open it, Dave.
Grimsby explain to us?
That you need. This is a Chiltern puzzle tube, and you need to find its
Dave,
sibling.
did you make this?
I did. I made it. I've
Did
done
you
made that.
stain it with tea and then like put a little match around the
did.
edges? Oh, I can see you got a bit out of control here.
It's the best.
It's very cute.
So.
I hope you had adult supervision.
I did not. I absolutely did not. There was.
So
do you know what? Like when you use a little candle, wax just gets everywhere.
Was this you, Dave? Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow,
Do
ow,
it for the
ow,
Dragon
ow.
Prince. Do it for the Dragon Prince. So.
Sorry, did you hold the candle down over the paper?
Why? How
instead
should you
of
do it?
The paper over the
Yeah.
The flame goes up.
Absolutely,
So you
you
hold
should.
the
Flame
paper
goes up.
over
The flame goes up.
candle.
I guess the problem with that is you could just set fire to the paper.
I'm very lucky the house didn't burn down. But if you can find
Ooh
its,
la la.
its brother, its sister tube, then it will open.
So where is the secondary tube?
Now,
Grimsby?
you were told that it was likely that there are copies of every puzzle tube that was ever made by the Chilterns. A copy of them resides in the heart of Ubtao.
Ah, yeah.
In Ubtao's library.
So let
To the
us
library.
tally ho to the library. Let's dock
Never
on the...
thought I'd live to see the heart of Ubtao. Did I, by the way, tell you that the queerest thing happened? I just had a heart attack.
Just
at some
now?
point. No, just before, a little while ago, maybe a day or two ago, and it knocked me clean dead.
Do you remember anything else about this heart attack?
Did you see
No,
anything?
just that I thought it was really weird and unprovoked. My doctor said that I was in immaculate health. Immaculate racist hell.
Does,
Your
I
doctor-
thought
Does
I
that-
missed him for a
does,
second.
Does
but now
the
I'm
jug?
just-
Does the jug make poison? Can I ask for poison?
Hey, let's try it.
Oh, he could be
I rub the jug and
useful.
ask for poison.
All right, so the alchemy jug, you say poison. And
Say that out loud.
Yeah, no, yeah, you
It
did.
doesn't make magical things. We already tried this.
And it pours.
Poison. Hang on. Do you think poison
on.
is
No,
magic?
hang It's like magical things, like a dragon or a ghost or an axe.
My axe is magical. What's your point?
That's a good point.
All right, that's fair. That was
Ooh,
fair.
ooh! Two birds with one stone. Can we play a game of dice with Grimsby?
Well,
No?
you can ask him.
Grimsby, would you like to play a game of dice?
Once
Because I
again, you are
believe-
parked next to the heart of Ubtao, but go
I
on.
happen to be the dice champion at my alma mater, yes.
Well, we will bet you. What does Grimsby have that we want? You got anything? Did Grimsby get any treasure from the thing or anything?
No.
No, my soul was stored in a ruby. Oh, by the way, I'm completely naked.
Right.
That's a little detail I didn't
I
realize,
was
but
gonna-
okay.
I was
We
gonna.
didn't want to say anything.
I was gonna try and have him win the axe, and then we'd have this berserker Grimsby insane running around.
Why
the
do you
town.
do it?
No, it's fine. Let's go in because we don't. He doesn't have anything we want. Why would I play a game? Why would I play a game of dice with someone who is naked and has nothing?
He
You
hasn't
played
even
yourself.
clothes.
Okay, so
All
you
right, fine. I want your penis.
you are hovering.
No!
You are hovering next to the heart.
All off. Everyone, we're all getting off now.
I think we're
Alright.
going to make them all take their clothes off.
No, not this time.
I tie up the ship so it doesn't float away.
All right. It seems abandoned at the moment, but soon, at the top of the heart of Ubtao, there's very little space. It's a large structure, but it's mostly just like a big spheroid in the sky. But you can see carved into the rock stairs that are leading along, spiraling slowly down the side of the heart.
Let's follow the stairs. Are we at the
do it.
top of the stairs?
Yes,
Let's
yours.
follow them down towards, I guess, the entrance to the heart.
Okay, you make your way down. Describe what order you guys are going in?
I think Crazy Filge is up first, right? Crazy Filge.
Hey, it's just Filge to you.
Sorry.
I thought we were calling you Star Goddess.
Oh yeah, Stargot. No, only when she's on the ship.
Only when she's on the ship.
I'll be at the back with Grimsby in case an accident occurs. Is there railing along this stairwell?
Sorry?
Is there railing along the stairs?
No, it's not. So I want you
Can I
guys.
send Bobby first because he's the most nimble
Yep, great. So he's just going down.
and expendable?
No, you guys aren't taking any precautions with Bobby's life. You're just going to send him on down?
Yeah, just send him on down. He's nimble. He's lucky. He always rerolls the ones.
All right, sure.
Dexterity.
I'm just going to
get
call
him
it.
to look for like traps and that.
I'm just going to call it a 10.
1.
Reroll. It's Bobby.
Good thing
Reroll.
I've got
Can't
that.
be another one.
Good thing I've got that halfling luck.
17. Now we're talking.
He makes his way down, and because it's Bobby, and I'll say it, he makes plans, even if the rest of you didn't, he takes some rope down and he ties a rope over so that you guys can follow that rope down. And
Great.
as you make your way down to the bottom, you find a door that has been placed incongruously into the sort of the rock, right into the beating heart of Ubtao.
Is it locked?
It is. You try it, and no, the door is not locked.
We knock. We knock.
Yeah, we knock on the door.
All right, bang, bang, bang. You listen. There's no response.
Send Bobby in first.
No, get Grimsby in there.
Oh, get Grimsby
Yeah.
in first.
Expendable Grimsby.
Grimsby, you're the
Grimsby's
expert.
very excited, actually.
You're the expert,
All
Grimsby.
right, here we bloody go, and he barges in.
We counting on you.
Okay, Grimsby goes down, and naked as the day he was born,
he's like thwack, 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 thwack.
he makes his way down, and as you leave him to go forward, Bobby pulls out for you a piece of paper stolen from the library in Fort Belluarian, which he ripped out of an atlas that showed a map of the inside of the heart.
Gimme.
Should we dice cam it?
See, yeah. Oh no, I think it's the focus is going to be all off.
The heart of
Can you see it, Shaq?
Hook.
Great.
Uptown.
Where you are.
Is there a you are here thing?
All right, so we need to go
no,
to the vault.
there's not.
We need to go to the vault of spirit first, because that's the entrance, right? So we're starting here.
All the words are upside down.
Vault of spirit, vault of strength.
That's on you, Eden.
It must be some
Alright.
strange puzzle.
Uptown's
So we-
library.
Dark magic
No, don't
is
we want to
this?
go to the library to get the
Yeah,
map?
but the library's there, but we can't get there because we're coming from here, right, Dave?
Yeah, but we
That is
don't have
correct.
to walk into the spirit room.
Well,
can
how
we?
else do we get around it?
There's going to be a ghost in there for sure.
Vault of
But how are we gonna, this is all solid. I know the map's bad. I know.
All right,
look.
all right, steady
let's
on.
all admit that Dave has done a very poor job on the map.
I spent more
this is-
time on the puzzle tubes. It's true.
Clearly.
This is all solid, and this is
Look,
the
the
stuff we
edges
can walk
aren't even
through.
burnt.
There's wax everywhere. So we're gonna
Spirit,
we make our way
cunning,
down to
strength.
the spirit, the vault of spirit.
So there, indeed, through the door, there is a short set of sharp steps, and as you make your way down in the darkness, only those elves and orcs among you can see, and Baston, you have to hold on to Filge's hand because you are completely blind in the darkness.
Oh no.
Soon you make your way into a room that Friezo, Filge, and Bobby can see is a small, sort of almost a temple, and there is a huge fresco of what looks like to be carvings of native Chultans lifting their hands up in supplication, and a benevolent, almost father figure, huge, much higher than the trees, standing almost twice as high as the heart is now, smiling down on them. And you find yourself in the vault of spirit. And in the center of the room is a small plinth, and on that plinth is a small piece of black obsidian carved almost into a marble.
Well, that
marble?
was nice. To the library. Filch.
Unfortunately, the door leading to the next set of steps is locked.
So
All
they've
right.
written all these instructions, and all I can read is hideous peril. Do not.
I think it says do not mark.
Can we see this? What are you reading?
Okay, I'm gonna. So what else is it? So there's a ball of obsidian.
Yep, the
And
fresco.
All right, there's a fresco.
And yeah,
What's on the
ball of
fresco?
obsidian? It's the ball of
It's
obsidian.
the people worshipping the.
And the ball of obsidian is just sitting in a small impression on the center of this plinth.
So who are they worshipping on the fresco?
the
A
benevolent
giant,
god.
like a
Tall god.
giant.
And is there an image of the ball on the fresco anywhere?
No, not that you can see.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the room?
Is there anything jutting out from the fresco? Like
Um,
a hand or something that where we should put the obsidian.
oh, I see. Make a perception check for me.
I've got disadvantage for those, don't I? Because I.
No. It's been a few
no,
hours.
Okay. 20, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, cool. Actually, as you look closer, you do realize, well done, that there seems to be another small impression in the heart of the giant figure.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the obsidian and put it in that then.
All right, as you pick up the obsidian stone and place it in, you feel a slight click, and it seems to fit in place.
Oh, fantastic.
But as you
Oh, no.
do that,
no buts.
three other plinths all slide up out of the floor and stand, and then there's a click, and the centers of them seem to open, and they fall deep down, and they become sort of pipes leading far, far down below them.
How big are the
Ooh.
pipes?
Are the pubs big enough for a Grimsby?
They are they're big enough for a Grievous. They're not big enough for a Grimsby. And as that happens as well, there is a blue flash that dazzles all of you, and suddenly there is a wizened figure standing there in a robe, a mask over his face, wearing a medallion that has a figure of a triceratops.
Ooh, is it a V for Vendetta mask?
Is it?
No, it's more
is
like
he from
from-
Anonymous?
Yeah.
No, it's from.
It's actually it's
more like Eyes Wide Shut.
like a sexy mask.
Like
Yeah.
a fuck party mask.
Or is it perhaps it could also be like one of those weird Reddit masks? It's a Reddit mask.
What's
Yeah,
the difference
what's
between a
that?
Reddit mask and an anonymous mask?
That's a good. Isn't there like that one that's like the smiley? This doesn't work.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, he says.
Welcome to the heart of Uptown. Thank you.
Lovely
Hello,
to meet
lovely
you.
to meet you. Me, Filch. This Freezer. This Bobby. This Grimsby. This the weapon.
Now he's slightly translucent.
Also, Baston.
This Baston.
He's slightly translucent, and actually, you can't be sure if he's a magical being or if he's some kind of weird reflection that's been sort of broadcast through the room through some old Chilton technology.
Can I try and remove his mask?
Yeah, your hands pass through him.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Sorry. We are learned scholars wanting to.
This is a recording. I say don't do that at the start of every recording because people keep trying to take off my mask.
Oh, we didn't try to do that. Don't worry.
Anyway, this is the trial of the spirit.
Who are you talking to? You just learned it's a recording.
I'm testing to see if it's a recording. I'm gonna wave my fingers in his face to see if he flinches. Does he flinch? Does he flinch?
This recording flickers and then starts again. Don't do that.
And that's all you get. So as he sits there and keeps repeating himself, which he will throughout the scene, you are left in the trial of the spirit.
Okay.
Wait, what does he say? He says, "This is the trial of the spirit." That's it. There's no more instructions.
He does. However, something else has also happened, that the blue flickering reflection also shines light upon carvings that were so far in the corners you couldn't see them even with your dark vision, which you can now read. It's in an old Chilton language. You could see the letters, but you guys can't actually read them, but you can recognize them.
Can Grimsby read Chilton?
Grimsby can read ancient Chilton.
Grimsby, can you please read this?
What did it say?
Well, it's all a little bit inside bloody baseball, but it's about a sort of
What's baseball?
baseball?
Yeah, what baseball?
Baseball is a marvelous kind of animal. I hope one day to see it. No, this is about I believe the Ubtao god acolytes, blah 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 blah.
He deciphers
blah,
for
blah,
you.
blah.
He deciphers for you the first line, which says, "In the beginning, Ubtao was one with his children, and all were happy."
All right. So I think what we need to do then is, can we move anything on the tapestry at all?
No, it's all just a fresco on the wall.
Oh, so it's all like tiled into the wall.
Yep. So there's the fresco, there's the words, and there's the four.
What happens if we take
the three.
If we take the marble out of the slot? Do the
No,
things-
it doesn't move now.
Oh, it's stuck.
I think we've got to throw the weapon down the hole.
Which weapon?
Well, can't we
Oh,
just
Gribbon?
throw something down the hole? I throw the eye stone down the hole.
The magical sending stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see
Phil-
Dave's body language? Do not do that.
Filge grabs the magical sending stone from Fort Beluarian, a magical item that can communicate across any distance. And as she does, there is a clink, and immediately you hear a whistle, and then you hear a plunk, and then you hear a click, and the stone teeth clamp shut, and the plinth becomes whole again, and then grinds slowly into the ground, and the doors that you now recognize have 3 bars across them, guarding the way to the Vault of Strength. The first one slams open.
Ah.
Okay, is that enough?
Let's throw the other stone down there then, because remember we had our stone, and then we had the second stone that we ripped out of the
I
guy's
have
face.
the listening stone.
Okay?
Throw it in.
Chuck it in. We can't do anything with it anyway.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Well, who's she going to talk to now?
Exactly.
You grab the
Maybe she in a better place.
You grab
know?
the stone and you drop it down, and there is a whistle, a clink, a biting of the jagged stone teeth, a grinding, and the second bar is removed. There is now only 1 bar holding this door closed.
Maybe we should summon Bushu and get him to go down there. He's invincible. He can't die.
He just pops in and goes, no.
All right.
So is it magical things that unlocks it, or is it things that are maybe they're things that are valuable to us?
Oh, throw the infinity. Oh, you don't have it. Damn it. All right, fine. Clyde, get in there.
Your cultist, the last surviving member of the religion
what?
of
If it-
Frieza.
if
You're
it's
the prophet. Your first prophet.
If it's things that are valuable to us, there's nothing more valuable to Friezo than it's his most valuable. It's his most valuable possession, right? Because it's like Frieza's whole thing is like building an empire like in his mind, and this is the only thing that matters to him really. So he tells Clyde to get in there.
So tell him. Tell him.
Clyde.
Oh, even I forgot that I was here. That's weird.
Well, before you know what? To
You
be
have
honest,
so many henchmen. How did you guys collect so many henchmen?
you know when we were in the pirate cave, I wanted to get Clyde to get him a sword or a knife, so that when we got like into a battle, I could just see him go fucking nuts. Because you know when cultists fight, they're always like crazy and like heaps good. I wanted to see that, but given that I didn't.
But if you have to throw him down into a pit
Well,
of
no, because
despair.
I never got him a sword or anything, so he's basically useless. So get in the hole.
Did you just say I was useless?
Um,
All right, in the hole I go.
So, to prove something to a master that doesn't care for him, Clyde tries to force his way through. And it's only because of his frail, malnourished slave ribcage that he's even able to squeeze himself into this pipe, and soon disappears. And he falls, and you can hear his last plaintive, "Am I doing this right?" when suddenly you feel icy cold fingers on your heart, and you can sense some ancient neutral power trying to ascertain if you care about this figure. And now is your chance to explain to me, Hing, that
This
you
thing that
do.
you just literally called useless.
I meant like he was useless in. Oh fuck! I meant like he was useless in terms of the game for me, Michael Hing. But for Friezo, the character, I think he's like quite. He was the last remaining cultist. And remember, Friezo tried to save the cultists because he didn't realize they couldn't swim, and that's why they drowned. If he didn't care about the cultists, he would have just left them on the boat to burn. But he didn't. In many ways, he's benevolent. In many ways, Friezo's maybe the best dragon friend. The kindest dragon friend.
The pipe coughs, clicks, and then spits the now dead body of Clyde out into the chamber.
He's all mangled.
Can I quickly
And
cast a
with
spell?
that moment, suddenly the figure that is quietly repeating its recording in the corner, its mask falls away, and there is a terrifying banshee face which screams a sonic death scream that only you can hear, Friezo. And quickly make for me a Constitution saving throw.
Ha-cha-cha!
DC
That's a 6 plus 3 is 9.
No, that's not going to do it. And you take 2d6 sonic damage.
Shit.
Fall down to your knees as you
a
realize that
5.
you cannot cheat
That's a 2. Ooh,
the
7
Vault
damage.
of Spirits, and part of the fresco cracks and falls away, revealing a second line of carvings underneath it, and says, "But Ubtao realized that that which was sacrificed to him was worth naught, and he became angry."
Oh, poor Clyde.
Yeah,
Alright.
R.I.P.
Alright then.
Clyde.
All right.
But it didn't even work. What a waste.
All right, fine.
No.
I'm going to throw the fireball spellbook in there. then.
No, don't be stupid.
All right, what do you have
What do
that
you
you
have?
love?
I take off my hat.
Shit!
Your hat.
I take off my hat.
The hat you took out from...
And I scrunch. I've had that hat for like 6 hours. I've had this hat. I take off the hat, and it was such a beautiful hat with a, it reminds me of the time when I was a captain of a sailing ship.
So many people tried to take this hat from you.
Yeah,
too.
and I didn't let him, and I scrunch it up and I drop it down.
There is a whistling. Icy fingers hold your heart and then seem to sob as the hat disappears, the pillar disappears, the bar disappears, and with a grinding, wrenching sound, the gateway to the Vault of Strength and second trial of Ubtao opens. The Dragon Friends are about 1/3 of their way to the library and the puzzle tubes that they need. But one final surprise awaits them, for standing just beyond this door now opened is a small plinth, and on that plinth you find a puzzle tube,
Yeah.
which we will open on the next adventure of Dragon Friends. Thank you!
All right, everybody, ready?
We are going to take a short break, which will not seem like any time at all to you, because it's 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Welcome back to Dragon Friends. Oh,
Magic
what a break.
drinks.
look at that. You look both of you look more comfortable.
Did you remove your jacket?
Oh,
All right.
fuck it, let's do it.
I'm gonna
Jackets.
I thought that was the
I'm gonna
plan
get
for the
naked.
So that when we all came back, we were in different outfits too.
I'm going to put this back on pretty soon because I am very cold.
Okay.
Talking of outfits, do you guys see what's going on over in here?
Let me see.
Really cool.
These are our amazing fans, Corellin and Kale, who do all the
my
artwork.
God, come
Fucking
here.
sick. Can we
Stand in front of the cameras.
Don't knock a camera, but come over. Don't knock a camera.
So-
Come
Hey,
over.
come this way through here. This
Through
is
the
the way.
passageway. Through the
Yeah, that's the
passageway.
If you guys remember
Don't do that.
last week,
A little further this way. You stand here.
And please sit here or stand here because I
Yeah.
know that it can see you here.
Yeah.
'Cause this is a
there's no need to be nervous. It's just the internet.
All right.
Yeah. No one
So
on the
they
internet.
great is
these
that?
amazing T-shirts. Live Friezo or die. And they've hand stitched them. They're all like individual applique.
It's very cool.
And it's so good.
And you can buy one of these for $900.
We don't often do this. We don't like to give away our dice or give away presents, but as a special treat, you can slap Ben in the mouth. I'll let you do it. Just
Do
now.
it. He's ready.
in the mouth.
Do him. In
Yeah,
the
right
mouth.
in the mouth.
In the mouth. Just get him. No. Yeah.
Why is she going to swing
You
hard?
should probably go for the cheek. Don't do it right on his lips. Maybe just get him on the cheek. Slap.
Yay!
Mouth.
The ultimate gift for the Superman. Corellin and Kale. Check out their stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, at
We'll
Carolyn
put a
and Kale
link
on
on our
Instagram.
thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you would
Really
like to slap Ben in the mouth, please make a T-shirt, and I will post Ben's address online.
Their Instagram is in the comments here or here or here or here. It's not going to be
That's
up
why
there.
we slap you. Long after the spell plague chilled was a land torn asunder, a space ravaged by the imperialist powers of the Sword Coast and an ancient magic which tears the very living rock of the land apart and flings it high up into the air. Such was the fate of the Heart of Ubtao, a old temple of sorts that you, the Dragon Friends, now find yourselves in. The 4 chambers or ventricles even of the heart each hold a different secret. The vault of spirit
They've gone with the theme. I get it.
has
Yeah.
already been bested, and now you find yourselves on the threshold of the vault of strength, such as is indicated on Bobby's map. But in your hands, in your hot little hands, Filge, you now hold something you have wanted for, maybe
Yes!
4 or 5 adventures.
Yes!
Which is the companion puzzle tube to...
I smash them together, right,
No,
Dave?
just... what you do... Okay, what you do, and unfortunately this is where my craftsmanship, my sort of DIY... Yeah, you're meant to sort of... You connect them, and then they open each other. But what you're going to have to do is Ben will hold it together, and now you can unscrew them.
Twist.
Actually, no, this is actually a puzzle. You have to work out what way you need to twist it.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
No.
I got one!
Yay!
Again. It's like a 50-50.
And the small reservoirs of ink, the small reservoirs of ink that would have destroyed the contents had you smashed them, evaporate almost instantly.
Oh, hachi machi.
It's not. Just throw it, ink.
I meant to throw it towards Baston, but it didn't quite work.
Oh.
Dice cam.
And then this one. It's like he's just printed it out. And then.
Oh. Ooh. Moo.
Wait a minute.
Ooh moo.
I don't know. I think this was.
Some people do puzzles with more than 2 pieces.
And yet they are quicker.
Oh, mother.
It's like a 50-50.
Wait.
I think there's map missing.
Ooh moo.
Did Dave burn it away in the oven?
Dave.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, no, because there's no map of. Like, shouldn't that say map of Chult? No, we would just say Chult. Otherwise, it'll be like map of Australia.
So you're right. It seems that you don't have everything that you need.
Oh.
Very convenient, Dave.
However, you are in the greatest archive of the Chiltern people.
That's Hing's beer.
Is it? Well, I don't know. This one's closest to me.
Sorry, go
It's
on. I broke your flow, but earlier, and some of you saw it, Alex
I
put
never
a
did.
dice
I
in
never
my
did
wine,
that.
and never mind. It's fine.
Yep, definitely something missing here.
Well done, Eden. And so you find yourselves again looking into a small chamber. This one also has a plinth, again, in the center of the room. Although standing on it, you can see by the doorway is what seems to be a stone dagger. But immediately arresting your attention are two things. First of all, a giant fresco, again, over the wall that show of people wailing and gnashing their teeth. And
This fresco is brought to you by Dolby Surround.
a small obsidian marble, again, resting on beside the dagger.
So the same as the last marble.
But a dagger as well.
So
Alright.
we're in the Vault of Strength now?
That is correct.
Great, let's punch stuff.
I'm going to take the marble and put it into the same place on the wall. Is
Think
there a same
about
place
putting
on
it in
the
your bum, though.
wall? Ooh.
Now there is
There's been
no...
a lot of putting in bum talk, so let's just
let's-
ease up.
Let's make it clean. What's
Alright.
wrong with that?
Sorry,
High-
Things you can put
Higher
things.
than 10 in the wall. Lower than 9, up my bum.
Oh,
So-
love a gamble.
You find... Put it all on red. The plinth, there is no picture of Ubtao, but as you look up to it holding it, you can see that there is a temple that looks like this temple now, but it's on the ground.
Ooh.
And in it, you can see lots of figures of starving Chilterns with empty baskets holding them up, and a figure shaking his head, standing with an empty basket at his feet, suggesting some kind of famine or want, and the marble will fit the basket.
All right, I place the obsidian marble into the basket.
The blue light flickers through
Ooh,
the
we
room.
get another message.
And you see a huge message is illuminated above, and it says, "But then, for their wickedness, Ubtao left his people, and they were left in pain and want, with only their strength to persevere them." That's not the words, because the words would make sense.
Is this all in the thing?
And Grimm's is like, it's a rough translation. It's not going to scan perfectly.
Should have written it down. And the
All right.
other thing that it does is it actually, the light illuminates the room, and you get a start, because what you didn't notice in the far corner of the room, illuminated, is a figure who is sitting cross-legged, motionless, of a wizened, tiny old man
Tupac.
Another message.
in a robe and mask with a medallion with a triceratops
Who do you
head on
think?
it.
Who do you think is a more famous hologram? Tupac from when he appeared at the music festival, or Will
Coachella.
I Am when he appeared on CNN? But you don't know about Will I Am appearing?
That was amazing.
I didn't even
when-
hear about
oh,
that.
That was
on
the
the
first
night-
time
oh,
CNN have the technology that, like, we could do anything we want. Let's bring Will.i.am to talk about
To
the election.
Wolf Blitzer. Yeah, it was wonderful. Anyway,
What did he
he's
talk
sitting
about?
The election.
It was when
Will.i.am?
it was when
was
Obama
08.
was elected.
And
they're
from
like-
memory, Will.i.am was like,
What? You're going to pay me how much to stand in this circle?
Yeah.
Does holograph technology only work for rappers?
Yes.
Apparently.
Really?
We're really trying to crack it,
Wow,
but yeah.
that is weird.
They're
That's
the only ones
weird.
whose hearts are pure enough.
Yeah, that's true.
It can only deliver sound in iambic pentameter.
So there's an old in rags.
Same guys before.
But meditating, it seems, although his eyes are bright open and there's a faint smile on his wizened, toothless gums.
Is he also a hologram, Dave?
You can't tell from here.
I go up and touch him.
Let's go and talk to him.
Yeah, we go up to him and
You pat an old man.
Yes.
What,
I
he's
say-
there for real?
I say, I pat him and I say, "Oh, old friend, tell us about this trial."
And he kind of seems to come out of a reverie.
He must be old as fuck.
I have been waiting here for a very long time indeed.
here we are.
Welcome. Travelers, you must be weary. Have you done the first trial of strength?
Big time.
Not strength. Sorry, I've
Spirit.
been of spirit.
Spirit, yeah, smashed it.
We
So-
smashed the spirit trial, bro. Get us into the strength one.
The strength one will test not only your strength, but your resolve and your morals.
Oh.
Oh, any way around that last bit?
Ha ha ha. Dear Filge, not that I'm aware of. I tend to guess people's names, and then every now and again it works.
That amazing, but me, the star goddess, so embarrassing for you.
When you are ready, we can commence the trial of strength, but only when you are ready.
What do we need to do to get ready?
When you
Push-ups. I do 10
Actually,
push-ups.
he indicates to his side, and there is a basket which, while Phil does a tight 10,
Side 10 of like comedy?
yeah,
Yeah.
seems to be full of bread, some cheese, and a small stoppered vial of water. And the cheese and bread seem fresh. Improbably, it smells delicious.
Is this going to be another one of those ones where we eat it and then you tell us it's like awful or some
Something
shit?
fucked.
Yeah.
I must ask of you, my friends, eat, for you seem weary, drink, for you seem parched, and then we may begin the trial of strength.
I forego the food.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
smell
children's
it.
didn't have any
Yeah.
food, and I know how to read a motherfucking fresco, alright? I know how your twisted mind works, Dave.
Aren't you hungry, Gribbets?
Oh, yeah, I guess a bit, actually. You know, I haven't eaten in a real long time.
Well, no, you know what, Grimsby? You're the one who's translated the most. You should eat first.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, I'm not a fucking idiot. Gribbets! And he pats him on his bottom.
No, I don't want Gribbets to. I think it's going to kill him. Oh, old man, would you like some food? I make a sandwich for the old man out of bread and cheese.
Okay, you bring a sandwich of bread and cheese to the old man, who looks surprised.
Would you like a sandwich, old man?
Your kindness. And he eats it.
Does he
Very,
die?
very noisily.
Does he
So
die?
he said he had no teeth. He's an old man.
Yeah, it's like, he's like kind of like...
Ta-
Kind of like...
takes a long time.
He basically like puts a sandwich in his mouth, right? As far back to his throat as it can, and then puts his gums down on it, and then kind of runs it through like he's like washing a shirt through like a...
I'm old board.
Yeah.
Is this like a ciabatta? How tough is this bread?
It's a
It
sourdough.
takes 9 hours. No, it takes a while. It
Hey,
takes,
old man, what's your favourite drink?
well, I've sworn my favorite drink, I suppose, would be water.
And I
Given
say,
the poison. No,
Of
don't.
course, the honeyed wine of the Sword Coast wouldn't go astray.
I say wine to my juggy boy.
Make it the honey wine, though.
Honey wine.
Honeyed wine of the Sword Coast.
All right, so you make some honeyed wine, a nice, I guess, an amnion yellow, and the, and
I tell the old man it's not piss.
it fills up the water. Do you have a? Are you
you
just
have a
pouring
vessel?
Up anywhere?
You're pouring it on the ground. What are you gonna do?
No, open your gob.
I'll just
I'm not going to do that.
Weird.
All right, I'll put it in my hands. You can drink out of that if you like.
No, again, that's in many ways
What if I
worse.
just
Again, this is a fundamental problem
It's
with
a
this
drinking
adventuring
vessel.
party.
All right, put it in
What, we
lack
don't
of
have
vessels.
enough cups?
put it in
Yes,
put it in the
yes.
puzzle tube.
Puzzle
Okay,
tube.
okay,
Drinks out of the puzzle tube.
So you pour a little bit of honeyed wine into the puzzle tube and you bring it to the old man.
And he takes it to his lips and he sips it and he's like,
He's
ah.
reminded of his childhood.
Yeah. Ah.
Why was he drinking wine in his childhood?
Flashback.
On the docks of Arm, a small Chiltern family of expats, I suppose.
Hello, Mummy. May I have some blackcurrant drink?
Oh, yeah, but the only blackcurrant drink we have been sitting out in the sun for 5 weeks.
That's okay, Mummy.
That doesn't explain very much, but okay.
I was
That
sick.
turns things into alcohol, I'm pretty sure. It ferment.
Do you think alcohol is...
Famous sunlit barrels. Famously, you store wine outdoors in the sun.
No, but
Famously.
that would have fermented the juice, right?
I think science is on your side.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It wasn't. We did say it was an amnion yellow, and those were black currants.
Doesn't matter.
No, but
it said
that's when he first
alcohol.
got his taste for
Yeah.
alcohol.
Oh, okay, all right.
So anyway, he's like, that was 2,000 years ago.
Whoa. How is the wine?
And he says that unprompted, and you have no idea what he's talking about.
I feel like this character's voice is like David Bowie with asthma.
Can you lean
I
in?
mean,
Can you
like-
lean into that even more?
Yeah. He's like, well, the time for the trial of strength is now.
And he gets to his. I guess you couldn't. He gets to his rickety knees.
And he's like, we've eaten, we've drank, we've danced. And now the time for the trial begins.
So that sucking up was for nothing.
And he walks over and he picks up the stone knife that is sitting on the plinth in the center of the room.
Ooh, is this like the I know Dave's a fan of this thing. There is a nuclear physicist who has this. Fuck, we were talking about this like 6 months ago, and I've stored it in my brain. There is a nuclear physicist who has a theory that the codes to a nuclear weapon for the president should be hidden in a capsule inside the heart of an intern.
You're confusing me and Dave, and it's not a
I have
nuclear physicist.
never had that conversation.
Really?
with you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, well, mate, okay. So what it is if you want to launch a nuclear bomb and kill millions of people, you should be willing to kill one person just to know what it's like to take a life.
Just with your hands.
Yeah. So
Just
the whole thing is. They give the president a knife, and if he wants to launch it, or he or she wants to launch a nuclear bomb,
I like in this you're being very woke. You're like, by the way, it could be with Hillary. She can, yeah.
Yeah, they've got to cut the code out of like some person's chest.
So in a flash
How'd
of
they get
ins-
the code into the chest?
Surgery.
Who signs up for that?
A patriot.
I'll do it. Yeah. Go on.
Somebody who wants to
it's
prevent
considered a
bombs
great
being
honor.
launched. Somebody who wants to prevent the bombs being launched, obviously.
Sure.
'Cause
Yes.
they'll probably fight back.
So
I
Somebody,
have a standard
somebody
be like,
better
yeah.
than you.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't want
Mayhaps.
to. Yeah, maybe.
So I'm not
take
gonna make a move yet, but I have a feeling we're gonna have to cut a key out of this man's chest.
I don't think that is what is happening.
And so he takes the dagger and he holds it up. And as he does, he takes his hand and with just a small amount of old man strength, taps it against the fresco. But it is enough to create another crack, and another line of the ancient prayer is uncovered. And underneath it said, "For the people wanting and destitute, with nothing in their bellies, were forced to turn on each other to show what strength remained within them."
And then he takes the knife and he puts it on the plinth in front of him, and he just holds out his hands like this. But he doesn't have a microphone, so it's like...
Maybe you're all right. We can do it. We are gonna have to cut his heart
guess
out.
we've got to cut his heart
No,
out.
I think it wants us to fight each other.
Why would it want us to fight each other?
It said the people turned on each other.
But he's one of the
But
people.
these people. Let's arm wrestle and see what happens.
Him? Let's arm wrestle him?
No, arm wrestle you.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we
Can we do it on a plinth? Arm wrestle on a plinth?
You can arm wrestle on the plinth.
Okay, let's do it.
So for what reason are you arm wrestling?
Because
to
it's a
see
show
if
of strength. We have to turn on each
yeah,
other.
Yeah, we're turning on each other.
Oh, we gotta do this for
And
real?
let's
I was
sound-
gonna roll a dice.
Let's sound really mad though.
No, you can just do a real arm wrestle.
Okay, here we
I'm
go.
gonna move my beer.
All right.
Oh,
put
no.
this-
Let's be all
move the board, will you? Okay.
Well, you feel like you're gonna win?
man.
All right, ready?
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Are you
Can I have a bit
tensing?
of- I
Are you
want to
tensing?
pat-
Are you both tensing?
It's a bit hard on my elbow.
Are you both tensing? Yes.
Patting on my elbow.
Who's ready? Who's ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 3. No, but pressure. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Take the strain.
3, 2, 1, go.
My microphone.
And what did that achieve?
The old man looks confused and a little bit embarrassed.
He's like...
Oh well. Good game, Baston. Good game. And I pick up the knife and I hold it up to his throat. And I go, "This what you want, old man?" I give him a little stab, like a flesh stab,
What is a little stab?
like enough to make him bleed, but not enough to puncture his heart.
Wait, real quick. Where is this a 3 plinth situation
No,
again?
there's only the one plinth.
So
There's
one man.
one
Are there
plinth.
any other knives around?
No, there's only one knife.
And he had the knife, but he's put it down.
He put it down in front of him and he stood behind the plinth. And now Filch has the knife.
Yeah, give him a tiny stab.
and hold his like wrist over the plinth so the blood would drip onto the plinth.
It doesn't sound like... Is that what you're doing?
Stab his wrist.
Well, let's stab somewhere that he'll bleed but not die.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't we get his finger and put it over? I'm
Great.
confident
Let's
about
start
that.
with finger.
He doesn't... he doesn't seem to stop you.
All right, so we get his finger, we put it over the plinth,
my
and then we
finger.
arm wrestle him. Then we give him a little stab.
All right, a little cut happens on his finger, and a single drop of blood wells up and then falls and hits the plinth with a splash. And the moment it does, his eyes glow blue, and he pushes you back, Filch, with more strength than you thought he had, and screams a terrible scream as the muscles under his leathery old skin seem to ripple and sort of grow in strength. And Filch, you get hit by this, and he does to you. It's an old man, doesn't do a whole lot. He does 3 points of damage.
Okay, I just say I took 12 from the last trial, Dave.
But
so
you-
bit of fairness.
You also gain 6 points of damage, so you actually gain 3 points of damage from the attack
I was chilly.
because of
Wait.
your axe.
But he attacked me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you gain life.
So wait,
Oh.
what? So
Are we entering
what?
combat
Don't I
now?
have to roll a d6 for that?
Okay,
Dave?
and what happens?
Yeah,
I just rolled it for you, and I got 6.
Does he
Oh,
go back to
right.
normal?
No, he's attacking, and that was his
Oh.
attack. So the next one up is you, Baston.
Did the plinth slide down and the door open?
No, nothing has happened.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I've seen the one knife fight to the death situation before. I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar, and then we're going to elect a fighter to go in there and fight
That's not how the spell works.
in amongst the tentacles with the old man. Thoughts?
Isn't it when you have one knife, it's one knife each? Like, it's a bit
No,
unfair.
no. I tossed them a knife and they fought over it.
Yeah, but that's not. I think the Hunger of Hadar is like a pit, like a interplanar pit or something that sucks
Yeah.
people into it.
Yeah.
It's just
But
a
there's
little
tentacles
crazy.
coming out.
Yeah.
we-
So it would fill the whole room, the Hunger of Hadar. These are small rooms.
Oh, okay.
But the first one up, as I said, is you, Baston.
I'm gonna cut him up with my sword.
Which sword? You have 2.
I'm gonna use my name sword.
Yep, the name sword. Great. Okay, so you attack.
Yeah, 2. I got 2 attacks.
You do. You get 2 attacks.
One and a 2.
Wow. I mean,
How many
statistically-
ones are you guys rolling?
Whoops. Shitty dice. Need to get
Well-
some premium dice up in here.
Okay, they both miss. Well done. Bobby is next. Do you want to play for Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby. What would Bobby do? He'd run away.
He'd do something sneaky. He'd find
He'd
something
do
in the
something
room and do
sneaky and
something
smart.
sneaky with it.
I think maybe. Okay, he's gonna
Get up high.
He'd throw some cheese in him.
He
or
likes to
something.
do things on people's heads.
Yeah, I think he'll like go under his legs and try and like get him in a headlock or something. Like put a rope around the dude's neck.
Okay, here's halfling nimbleness. You're going to try and grapple him from behind, did you say?
Yeah.
All right, great. So make for me just his dexterity.
4. He fails.
All right. Thanks for saving me some time. Friezo, it's all on you.
All right, I'm going to cut myself.
Go on.
I'm going to ask Filch for the knife and I'm going to cut my blood and put it on the plinth, see if that does anything.
Okay, great. You grab the knife, you give it to him,
Yep.
Yep.
and you cut yourself.
Yep, and I drip the blood onto the thing.
All right.
What does he say? What do you say when you cut yourself?
Ooh.
The moment that more blood hits the stonework at the floor of the room, the guy screams again, and the muscles in his arms
he doesn't
seem
like
to
blood.
get even
Doesn't like blood.
bigger. So he seems stronger now.
Oh.
We should have just kept feeding him cheese sandwiches.
Can I try and lick up the blood? No, it's
The
fine.
next one is you, Frieza. Phil.
So he
sorry.
doesn't like blood. We haven't tried hitting him yet, have we?
No.
We haven't succeeded.
Although he's still bleeding, you can tell you've damaged him, however small amount on his finger.
All right, I give it a kiss.
He's attacking you, so you're gonna have to
I
jump.
duck in and I give it a little kiss on his fingertip.
That's your
Yeah,
whole.
because it's like strength, but also moral. So it's like I'm saying sorry for cutting you.
Okay.
That's how the spell works. Trust me, Dave. Trust me. Trust me.
Roll a d20. You need to beat 13 on dexterity.
On
You rolled a
Oh,
dexterity.
no, you need to beat
7.
9 on dexterity.
Well,
sorry.
I got a 9 exactly.
Okay, you jump in there and you grab his hand and you kiss it. Um,
And he punches you right in the face.
Oh, come on now.
He gets a little reaction attack. Now this time he uses a d6 for his attack, and he does 6 points of damage to you.
That's bullshit.
Oh, you are getting low.
You are, however, you could also heal this turn. Don't forget.
You get another d6 back.
Oh, I do it every single turn.
Every
Yeah,
turn.
yeah,
Ah, sweeto. I got a
6.
6.
All right, it does no damage to you. It closes up instantly. And the next one up is the golem, who now attacks.
The golem?
Oh,
Golem.
Yeah,
What
let
golem?
it slip,
Might
Dave.
have given a little bit away.
Now I'm going to
Attacks
kill him.
The two of you, hits you, Friezo, misses Filge, and does 4 points of damage to you.
Why did a golem have a mum? That's my question.
And the next one is Baston.
So who damage to me was that?
No,
missed you.
Missed you. Yeah.
So then the people turned on each other. So that means they want us to turn on each other, right? Does
I
that
don't
make
know.
sense?
I don't even know. We don't know. We're figuring this out.
I'm gonna.
Kissing doesn't
I'm
work.
gonna grab the knife off Friezo. I'm gonna stab Friezo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to let him have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Frieza's into it.
Yeah. 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 Just like stab him on the arm, so it's in a fleshy part.
Okay, you
not
attack-
in a vein.
D6 damage, because this is a combat
I take
situation.
2 damage.
All right, you take 2 damage, and a little bit more blood drips down.
No,
onto,
we're away from the plinth. Away from the plinth.
No, on the plinth.
All right, on
All
the
right,
plinth.
onto the plinth, and the guy screams in pain, and the muscles in his arms get even bigger
Whoops.
and
Okay.
snap and crack.
No more blood on the plinth. We confirmed that is not a good thing. Okay. I thought if we turned on each other.
Bobby.
Okay, Bobby. Bobby's gonna. He's gonna try and grapple him from behind again. Try and do the same thing, so he can get him under control.
You have advantage because there are people fighting him in his
Yeah,
front.
he's gonna try and get him under control. 13, and Bobby's heaps good.
13, so that is a that'll do it. Yeah, okay, great. So you grab him and he roars and he's confused and he's disadvantaged and Bobby's getting all up in his business. And the next one up is Friezo.
All right. Fuck. I'm gonna.
They turned on each other.
I think we need to kill someone.
Turned on each other.
Let's kill the golem first, and then deal with the rest of it later.
What if we put more snacks on the plinth?
Ah.
Oh!
That's an idea. All right, I'm gonna grab some snacks and put them on the plinth.
Go on. What snacks?
The cheese in the
No,
bread.
I don't like the look in your eye. I'm
Yeah,
killing
no,
the
that
golem.
sounded like it was a
I'm
waste of
killing the
time.
golem.
What with?
I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast.
What about that fireball spell you
No,
had?
because I haven't had time to learn it yet.
It's too high a level.
All right, I'm witch bolting the golem.
Okay, great.
Classic.
Do you witch bolt? Beat armor class 9.
That is a 9 plus 6 is 15. Does that work?
Yeah, that certainly works.
Excellent.
2 dice because you. Oh wait, are you going to use your level 2 slot?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
2 dice.
How
Two
much
dice.
damage
It's
is
D12,
it?
it's D12s,
D12.
right? Which one's the D12?
That's a D12.
Hiya, that's a 8, and that is a 12, 20 damage.
All right, you do 20 damage to him, and he reels back,
Woo-wee.
and one of his arms snaps, and you realize you can damage him, you can hurt him, but at the same time, as he tears back, the blood from the cut that you've already done on him smears across the floor, and as it touches the stonework of the room, his muscles grow even more, and you
Okay.
realize that this pain is only making him stronger, even as it kills him. And the next up is you, Filge. How much
Kissing
was that?
doesn't work and
20.
fighting doesn't work, so there's literally nothing else we can
There's
do.
nothing else. There is nothing else.
Can
It's
we
strength.
leave?
It's something about strength and morals. It was strength and morals.
We've tried feeding him.
So we fed him. That was the morals. It's something about strength now.
And when we cut ourselves and put them on the plinth, that didn't work. Morals.
I think we got to kill Grimsby.
Uh,
Okay, he laughed. It's not. That's not it.
not
That's
that.
not it. That's not it.
Okay.
I pick up the plinth.
Okay, you're gonna try and rip the plinth off the ground?
Yeah.
Make a strength check for me. It's old stone. It'll be DC 15.
Yeah, I'm old stone, baby.
4.
I got a 4 plus. I got an 8.
Yeah, you pull it, but you can't do anything. He takes this moment, and what did I use? D6 for damage before?
Yeah.
Poop myself
Alright,
a bit.
he attacks you. The two of you again. Oh, and he rolls a critical against you, Filge. You can take 6 points of damage. 6 points of healing. D6. He
Yeah,
also
heal.
hits you. So Friezo, he does 8 points of damage to you, and Filge, he does 2 points of damage to you. So you're fine. The next up is he's hurt now. He looks seriously hurt, just so you know, even though he keeps getting stronger.
I think you just
Baston.
gotta kill him.
I'm
Just
gonna
execute.
I'm gonna rip out the plinth. That seemed like a good idea. I don't want to be outdone by Filge.
All right.
So
DC
I'm gonna
15.
show how strong I am.
You did beat me in an arm wrestle.
3.
Two people have tried and have failed.
I've got another. I'm going to take an action surge. I'm going to use my action surge, and I'm going to try even harder. 18 plus 3, 21.
Screaming in pain, Baston takes the plinth and cracks it open. And as he does, sort of sparks of blue power seem to fly everywhere. And the guy, the sort of the old wizened man, who's now looking more like a sort of an ogre, screams and flies back against the fresco, cracking it, which also opens with a big jagged blue slash, and falls to his feet, screaming in pain. And it seems to do quite a bit of damage to him. Yep, okay, cool. He looks very, very hurt by that.
All right,
Very hurt, like personally. Like that was his fresco.
Oh, I liked that fresco. It
Is
was
there
my
anything
favorite
in
one.
the hole that I ripped it out of?
It looks like there's sort of glowing blue beyond it.
There's something in the hole.
Next up is Bobby.
Bobby is going to put his hand in the hole because I
Hand
don't
in the
want
hole.
to.
Hand in the hole.
What did
What's
you
he find
roll,
in the hole?
Dave?
What's he find in the hole?
All right.
He's so inquisitive and cautious normally, but this time he's overcome by curiosity.
It's human poo.
So weird.
Sticking his hand into the hole, you seem Bobby sort of sees through the blue and seems to have a moment where he sees that there are strange symbols that have been scratched in some carvings, but also some in chalk that are lining what seems to be a whole fake wall behind the fresco.
What does it say?
They're in a strange magic language.
Oh, he doesn't know it?
He
Can,
does-
can anybody else
Can we
see
get
it?
Grimsby over to have a squiz?
It's arcane language, it looks like.
Ooh,
But
if
can-
only you knew someone who knew arcane language then.
Can Friezo
I continue
see
the witch belt. Oh, sorry, what?
Can Friezo see the language?
No, he'd have to get up there. But Friezo, you are up next.
I think we just gotta kill this guy first. So
Okay.
I'm gonna maintain my witch belt on him.
Yep,
Dave.
great. Do it again. 2d10.
G12.
2d12. No,
Sorry, d12.
which one's the d12?
Well, they-
this
yeah,
one.
they
There we
must
go.
be
Got it. Oh, that's a 1. Fuck.
Roll it again.
Why? Oh,
Because
because it was
it's
2.
2d12.
Yeah, sorry. And that was a 4, so 5 points of damage.
All right, 5 points of damage. Cool. All right, he's getting hurt. No denying. He's obviously more than half dead. But again, every time you hurt him and more blood falls to the ground, he gets stronger still.
All right, I think you guys have got to attack him while I read
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna
but
come
no,
in.
he keeps. Whose
And
go is it?
Filch, your go.
He keeps getting stronger.
No, but we're hurting him.
Kill
He's
him.
getting
So
strong
more
and
dangerous,
hurt.
But he's actually getting like less life.
What's going on his face?
He looks like he's in incredible pain.
Oh, that's sad.
All right. I think that the more we hurt him, the more he's getting stronger. So, can I have the magic jar?
Yeah, it's only going to make wine.
No.
Once every day it changes.
Ah.
But
okay,
it probably will make a bit more wine.
It'll make more wine.
If
If you want to give him more wine.
Give him wine and snacks.
give him
Try
wine. All right. Yeah. I go over and I put his head in my lap, and I slowly feed him wine like a baby, just how he used to enjoy when he was a baby.
His parents were terrible. Make a dexterity again. Beat armor class 9, but this is just your dexterity. Flat dexterity.
That's a 7.
7 plus what's your dexterity
Oh,
bonus?
I already added it.
7. You try to get through, but he whacks you against the wall. You're still holding the jug, but you go flying and you hit the wall with a thump. You don't gain life for this. The axe doesn't like it when you try to be nice, so it actually denies you its power. But it
What
does.
dice are you looking for?
Dave? What do you need?
D12.
Oop.
But
There
he
it
does
There you go.
12 points of damage to you, Phil.
Machi, machi.
How much life you got
I got 1.
left after 12 damage?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because you had 13, you lost 6,
you're
then
down-
you gained
you're
6,
down
so
to-
you're down
Yeah.
to 1.
You're down to 1 life, and now it is the golem's turn. And again, it attacks you quickly, Friezo, and misses you, and then it charges towards you, Baston.
I ain't afraid.
And it hits you.
No, it
and
doesn't.
It
Oh.
does 5 points of damage. And the next one is you, Baston.
Okay, I'm just gonna slice this bitch up. Chow chow chow. I got 2 attacks with my name sword. 10 and 9, but I've got plus.
10 and
Five-
9, 10
no,
and
but
9
I've
will
got
both
plus
hit.
5 to hit,
It's
yeah.
armor class 9.
So one does. I do.
1's plus 1 and 1's plus 2.
damage and
4 plus 6 is 10.
and 7 damage.
All right, so you do 13 points of damage, and it's getting very, very, very close to the end. And
Bobby.
Bobby, you will shoot with his short bow.
Okay, pulls out his short bow.
That's a Bobby
fires
thing to do.
+5. It is if it misses. Then it's a,
9 plus 5 is 14.
No, but he's got a good attack.
that hits. That's
Yeah,
not
he
very
hits.
Bobby.
Does D6?
Yep, D6 +4.
10 damage.
10 damage. Well done, Bobby. He
Snipes
wasn't
him.
here to see it. And then quickly for you, Friezo.
All right, I'm going to read the carving then. What does the carving say?
Friezo rushes forward and he sees a final carving, and it's as I said, these are arcane language, and it seems to be spells that have some kind of ancient power. You can see runes that create stasis, runes that will keep things alive, runes that take something from people to make them stronger and stronger, ancient necromantic magics, and you realize that these sigils are the things that are powering the room.
Okay. So
And
I
they're
need
written,
to-
as I said, written on the wall.
So I need to destroy the sigil somehow. Is that what you're saying?
What are the sigils made out of?
Chalk. They're written in chalk. on the
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to rub some wine.
We
on
need
the
a
sigils
duster.
and try and rub the chalk off
You
there.
don't have the alchemy jug, unfortunately.
Okay.
Phil's
I'm
Oh,
Right.
there was that little pot of
vial of
water.
Yeah,
water.
go grab the
vial.
water and smash it on the thing, and then
The water vial's on the ground. Great. You grab it and you smash it against the
chalk.
The chalk, which seems to instantly, it sort of scatters the letters. And at that moment, the man screams in pain. His sort of muscles shrink and deflate, and he collapses onto the ground. And instantly loses a lot of temporary hit points that he had, and suddenly has taken a terminal amount of damage because he collapses and vomits blood.
Oh.
I
That's
wish-
not very funky. Remember, he was Bowie for a while,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the gag there.
And he's dying.
Execute him.
Dying.
Execute him. Someone kill him. Who's up next?
But is he still
The next one up is Baston.
Or does he still seem chill?
He's just vomiting blood. Is that a very chill thing to do?
He's heaving. He's like on the ground like this.
Goodbye, Norma Jean. No, wait, different. Is that
That's
the,
a different artist. He's in the next room.
If anything, he's getting angrier again. You can't name a
cannot wait to
single
see
Bowie
Elton
song.
John.
No, ground control. It's Baston. But is he sad? I don't want to kill him. Does he need to be killed? Oh wait, I already was hitting him with a sword. I cut his head off.
You've made this choice.
16.
And Baston walks over, grabs his sword, and carves downward. And the guy's head is decapitated. You all see it happen. You all saw it happen. And he falls, collapses lifeless. And then, as hundreds of years of magic sort of that were holding him seem to end, his body rapidly seems to collapse in on his skeleton, which turns to dust and disappears. The rags that were once his robes also seem to decay until all that is left is a pile of dust with a pendant with a triceratops head lying in
Mine.
the center of it, which Baston takes.
He said mine. That's the issue.
That's
there.
fine.
I
That's
Yeah.
put it on.
All right.
Is
And we're
there-
still locked in the room, right?
No,
Nothing's
and as that happens, the bolts open and the door
Ooh,
opens.
So we just had to kill him. That's see. I told you that was the solution to all
But
our
we wouldn't
problems.
have-
We wouldn't have been able
to kill
to.
him until we took those chalk things off
okay,
the wall.
okay.
It's
okay.
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
And behind that door, on a small
little kitty.
small offering, is another puzzle tube.
Hey.
I'm amazed I caught that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
too.
great work.
I'm gonna open the puzzle.
Wait.
No, you can't.
Well, it turns out I can.
Yeah, it turns out you can just grab Dave's adventure notes too if you.
Yeah.
But is it it's a brother sister one?
It
as
is.
well?
It is.
Right,
Yeah.
Fraser's holding onto this
It's
one
a cousin tube.
for safekeeping.
That's right.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Fraser holds onto the incest tube.
I guess we go into the next room.
Anyone have any? Wait, did you throw water over the rune for healing?
Yay.
You got 1 hit point, don't you?
Yeah.
And you can't rest or anything
I
because
need
of the
to
axe.
kill some. Who can I kill?
I think
Because
you
if I
You gotta kill
Grimsby.
Grimsby.
oh no, that's only in
Grimsby.
combat.
Think you
Can
gotta
I
kill
kill in
Grimsby.
cold
Yeah, I think you gotta-
blood?
I
You
don't know. The axe wants you to fight.
I think you gotta kill Grimsby.
Okay, so he's in combat.
I think you
Alright.
gotta kill Grimsby.
Hello.
I think you gotta kill Grimsby.
Not. I'm not. Let's go into the next room. So I like crawl into the next room.
marching down another staircase, filled you are delirious from loss of blood.
Hello.
Grimsby, me swear to fucking God.
You find yourself entering another vault. And inside that vault, the lights have already been lit. The blue light is already shining. There is no need for obsidian.
What does the map call this one?
The Vault of Cunning.
And in this room, you can see a plinth, but standing in front of that plinth is another figure in robes, another old man with a medallion with a triceratops head, and he is holding a hand out towards you. And behind him, beautifully backlit, is a fresco that shows now not one, where there was but one temple in the last room, there are now 9 new temples dotting the landscape with people surrounding all of them with strange figures in the heart of each temple. And above the fresco, Grimsby dictates to you is a line that simply says, "And the people in their cunning built new gods to grant them the wishes that Ubtao no longer did."
Oh, if only we had a cult leader here to start a religion.
And the figure is still holding his hand out to you.
Does he look like the other guy?
No, he doesn't.
Does he look friendly?
He is smiling, yeah.
I go up to him and say, "Hello, old friend. It is I, Friezo, who you don't know."
And he puts his hand out.
Remember, he's got to be Elton John. No, he doesn't. Sorry.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He does not.
He can be British.
And he says,
Like all of Ben's voices.
"Black as night, but bright as sun. My shadow dies as ravens run."
Black as night.
Black
Oh.
as night. Well, night's black.
Yeah,
Next
that's
one.
true. So quite black. Bright as sun. Again,
Sun,
quite bright.
also.
I
You-
said
you'd
it
know,
before.
you'd
I
know.
Damage
Yeah,
my eyes.
son.
My shadow,
Shadow
runs.
Dies.
My
Dies
shadow
as ravens.
dies.
As ravens run.
Okay, so
Ravens generally
ravens don't
fly.
run.
And actually, now that you're closer to him, you can see that his Triceratops medallion is interesting because in the center of it is a depression, and it holds an obsidian bead.
my shadow dies. Is there any light sources in this?
Just, yeah, beautiful blue uplighting everywhere. It's really quite theatrically
Yeah,
lit.
it's nice.
So
The
are there
vibes
torches or
chill.
something? Like, where is his shadow? Can we see his shadow?
Yeah, the room has shadows, yeah.
His shadow, though, is behind him? Or in
Yep,
front
his
of him?
shadow is up on the fresco.
Is it cast onto one of the temples?
No, it's covering a couple of the temples.
All right. What is a Raven's Run? What could that possibly
Will he
be?
give us any? Let's talk to him again. See if he gives us another bit of the clue.
Got any clues?
Hello.
Black as night.
Oh,
he's
no!
fixated.
You were recording. Oh,
Black as night, bright as sun,
my shadow
Shadow.
dies
when ravens run.
as ravens run.
A raven's a nighttime bird or a daytime bird?
Daytime.
And is a group of ravens called a murder? That's crows. Never mind.
Murder of crows. It's a what of ravens?
So the shadow would
Oh, what's
die at midday. Presumably, that's when there's no shadow.
As ravens run. Black as night.
Black.
bright
I
as-
mean, obsidian is black. Is everyone in the audience like already figured this out? Is this one of those things? Who thinks they figured it out? Oh, good.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
No one put their
The
hands up.
chat is screaming right now.
Why? How could they know? All right, what else is on the fresco?
Okay, you go have a little perception check for me, Filch.
Yeah. Have a look.
Alright.
Jeez.
I know this is
Black
this is with disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
You're so sleepy.
Well, then I guess I got a little number one.
Onezo bunzo.
You're
What-
too overcome with pain and tiredness to be able to see the fresco.
Bobby
properly.
has-
Me can't read paintings.
Bobby looks because he's smart, and he gets a 7. But Baston is smarter still, and gets a 19.
Unbelievable.
If enough of us do it, we'll get there in the end.
Baston, you notice that there is a depression next to the temple closest to the door leading out of this room, and you suddenly get, because you rolled a 19, you get an unerring sense that the obsidian bead placed there will open this door.
Okay, so we need to
We got to
grab
get it out of that
to
guy.
grab his thing. So let's switch it with the one that
Bobby's-
you've got. So get
Bobby's-
Bobby's got the nimbleness. Get
Black
Bobby.
as night.
Black as night.
You
Very.
don't
bright
have
as
any
sun,
of them.
very.
They stuck to the walls when you use them.
No,
What-
no, but
no,
Bobby's
but
got the Triceratops
can-
one. He's
can
going to
he-
switch
Oh,
the
right.
necklace.
Can Bobby grab put the necklace on him and try and take another necklace off? I'm going to try and swap the
You're
necklace.
just going to walk up to him and take his necklace.
No, we'll distract him.
Baston will look him deep in the eyes in a meaningful way as a distraction.
All right, you look at him, he looks at you, he seems to have recognition, and then he says something.
Water flows
Ah.
and flowers bloom, My rivers run through 7 moons.
And Bobby takes the necklace off him.
All right. You
Okay.
grab the necklace, and the moment you grab the necklace,
Bobby, mind you.
Bobby's not really. He doesn't care, does he?
Nah, he's
adventure.
Very
brazen
reckless this episode.
Yeah, very reckless.
Throwing
Not
caution
talking
to the
very
wind.
much.
He
No.
shouldn't have gone away to that corporate retreat.
Okay, Bobby's hands close around the
Water
medallion, and
flow.
suddenly a new expression appears, and he says one last rhyming couplet.
He says, am I not or am I am?
You.
Have you been improving all these? Are these all bullshit?
Yeah, is
Are
this-
these all bullshit?
God damn it.
He's definitely rhyming something with spam.
You
No, if Ben was improvising, it would end with put it up your bum.
It's bum or cum. It's
you
bum or-
take you take my life, you take my ham, and then he gives you some ham.
God damn it. I was writing that down. I take the ham.
You take the ham, and Bobby takes the medallion, and he looks a little put out, but he doesn't do anything about it.
And the guy's just sitting there being like,
So the cunning thing was we had to just steal from him. Is that what it was, Dave? That was it?
More or less the
Well, it
gist.
wasn't very cunning because he pretty much told us what we had to do. We're so cunning.
So,
Alright, so we placed the
punch you in the f-
Bobby places the obsidian in the stone.
All right, he puts it in, and the guy disappears, and the doors open, and you find your way into
Elton
the.
John sucks.
That was
so much.
Can I say that the trial of cunning, and in fact, all of the trials today were written by Ben Jenkins, but that was the one he was happiest about.
I was so excited.
Fucking hate Elton John.
It's the worst. Should we kill him?
And inside,
Yeah, no. As we walk out, no, it's fine.
inside the library is a plinth. The library is full of books of old Chiltern legends, ancient sort of stories and myths. You see the House of the Crocodile. Stories that
Spellbooks,
you've already
perhaps?
been told. No spell books that you can see. Grimsby steals a lot of it very quickly.
hello.
But on the plinth, you also find one last puzzle tube, the only puzzle tube in the room.
Hey.
do them together.
All right. Ready? Go. Yay!
Yay! Map.
That on the floor. All right, I got some sea here. Got sea. Got the shining sea.
All right, so we now have the map that can show us where we need to go to get the turtle dye. Is that what we're looking
You
for?
do, but
Fucking hell.
Hang on, put the map together on here.
Wait, is that true? That is what we.
Yeah, but I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
we
the
didn't
ship.
care about turtle dye
Well-
anymore.
well, I don't-
Just
We're
need
beyond
Lathic
that.
turtle dye.
But once we get it, the ship's
I
already
bet
left,
there
so I
was
don't know what
dye
the fuck
in
we're
that
doing.
in that treasure.
I
chest.
believe this is
Okay, that's that.
is a map to Omu.
Oh.
Ew.
it
Oh
is-
God! Now I'm doing Dave's one.
Well, that's the correct one. It is a map, and the map is an
Oh, it's
ancient
too
pre-spell
cool.
plague map. It shows the location of the lost city, the final place, and the home of the 9 trickster gods risen up by the people after Ubtao abandoned them, and now you have the only existing map that shows the location of the lost city. However, as you take the puzzle tube and open it, you feel a trembling because the ancient earth moat begins to crack asunder as the magics that were holding it now start to break apart. Possibly because somebody destroyed a good chunk of the runes that were powering the thing. And a huge crack opens up in the side of the library, and papers start flying around crazily as the room starts to shiver underneath all of you.
All right, how many people can I carry with my flight spell?
Just you and what Friezo could carry.
Okay, let's get out of here. We bolt to the exit and get to
Yeah,
the ship.
I'm running to the ship.
There's 4 flights of stairs up, but there is a big crack in the wall.
All right, well, I guess we... Can we... Oh, because we had to go up the... Do we have to go up the stairs or down the stairs
You
to
went
the
up
ship?
at the end, so you're up near the top again.
All right, so let's jump off onto the ship.
All right,
the
so
crack.
you make your way through the crack, and you guys can see the ropes that you had used to moor the star goddess to Ubtao, which is now the heart is now falling apart, it seems. So if you want, it's a fair jump. You're all going to have to make the jump.
I'm going to fly is what I'm going to
It's
do.
a literal leap of faith.
Friezo, who could have perhaps carried someone, flies up by himself and lands safely on the ship.
Oh, no. I carry Grimsby.
Okay.
Grimsby.
Yep, I carry
Grimsby's
Grimsby.
really fat,
you pick
isn't
up. So Grimsby Davenport
Yep.
curator of the Waterdhavian Historical
then
Society.
before we get
he
to the-
is so happy about it that he actually is,
Oh gosh, look at this. Look at all the things I can see. He's very happy.
All right, Grimsby, what is the most important thing you've learned on this trip?
Oh, I guess the friends I made along the way.
I drop the fuck out of him. I drop him so hard away from the ship. This motherfucker, and there's no coming back from falling from like 300 meters up in the air. The guy's dead, and you can't bring him back. He's fucking dead. He's absolutely dead. And as he's
Grimsby
falling
disappears.
down, I cast an eldritch spear in like he's so dead. He's so dead, Dave. I spit on him. I spit on his body. The last thing he feels before his fucking fat body hits the ground is my spit in his eye. In his eye!
Bobby makes a running jump, rolls a 15, grabs the rope, and swings onto the ship with Friezo. Baston, you need to follow DC 12.
14!
Yeah.
14. You make your way onto the ship as well. So all three of you on the ship. Filge,
Do I have-
exhausted by the axe. 2 dice, disadvantage.
Oh, Dave.
And what's she gonna make?
She's going to make, what did I say, 12?
13, I think
13.
you said.
13. And I, yeah.
Add
Disadvantage.
your dexterity or your strength. Actually, your athletics you can add. Roll them one at a time. You got to beat 13.
Oh,
Lowest-
my athletics?
Yep, with athletics.
That's a 15.
15, disadvantage.
And a
16.
16.
Oh, she makes it!
Filge just makes away, stumbling, and somehow at the last minute grabs the rope, scrambles down the side of the boat, but manages to cling on for dear life as the heart is rent asunder, and the dragon friends drag Filge onto the ship. And it is only then that you remember you have once again left Gribbets alone in a space now being destroyed as you sail your way towards Omu. Explorers whose names will be remembered forevermore for having found that which could not be found, having done that which should not have been done, and having one day found the riddle of Chilton, perhaps solved the mysteries of the spell plague, and found riches beyond imagination. Such is the future of this band of adventurers, vagabonds, and let's face it, murderers that we call the Dragon Friends. Thank you! You did it again!
What did I do again?
Gribbets!
I forgot. I just forgot.
It's like Homer bloody alone.
It's like there were so many opportunities when you were thrice killing Grimsby that you could have just been ferrying people back and forth.
I don't know how long the spell lasts.
But Grimsby now is thrice killed, which is exciting to me.
But I want you
Well,
to
you didn't find the body, so...
I watched it. No, I watched it. I watched
You watched
it.
In
him
your
disappear.
dreams, you'll hear,
You watched him disappear
"Hello."
under the canopy.
I hate him so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming, guys. This is a very dumb thing we do.
I think it's great.
I
Yeah,
really...
thanks for
I don't know why I
coming.
keep
Yeah.
talking it
Yeah.
down.
Why'd you say that,
I
Dave?
Yeah,
really
we've all put a lot of effort
enjoyed-
into the maps, Dave. So
I really, can I just say, I enjoyed watching you guys try to solve Ben's improvised riddle.
Did you guys figure out that it was bullshit?
bullshit.
No.
No, we all trust him.
Yeah, we
fucking
all
why?
trusted
No, but
Ben.
you assume Dave wrote it, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Very cunning.
It was
Very
only
cunning.
until when they were like, do a third one that I was like, oh.